What it do, wrestling world? It's your boy, Mr. Steal Your Dibs, and I'm coming at y'all today with a review on NXT 2.0. Now, I enjoyed the show, thought it was a good show, and to be honest, I did not think the show would be that jam-packed full of wrestling matches. You had about 7 or 8 wrestling matches in a 2-hour span. So that shocked me because we usually get about 5 NXT matches. 7 to 8, that's pretty darn good. So that shocked me. The new set, to me, I liked it. I think the colors are just a little bit too bright, but I think that's a strategy to get a certain genre to watch the show. But other than that, I like the set. Let's get into the main event because this is where I have an issue. Kyle O'Reilly, to me, is the guy, is the future of NXT. When you take out probably the greatest NXT superstar of all time in Adam Cole, you got to be up for a title shot or to become the NXT champion. And if you watch the show, Pete Dunne and Ridge took out Kyle O'Reilly, and Kyle O'Reilly was replaced by a guy that none of us ever saw before, named Von Wagner, who had a good performance for his first time, a good performance. So I was kind of upset that Kyle O'Reilly wasn't on this show. To me, that's the guy who should have been the next NXT champion since Samoa Joe had to relinquish the title. So that's kind of disturbing to me. I don't know where Kyle's going to fit in when he comes back. Obviously, it's going to be a feud with Pete Dunne. That's the route you have to go, a feud with Pete Dunne, since Pete Dunne is the guy who attacked Kyle O'Reilly and put him on the shelf to where he couldn't compete today. But with that being said, the Fatal 4-Way match, good match. It was a spot match, which, nonstop action, which to me was what they had to do in this match. Von Wagner did not get pinned, so he will continue to look strong, and he's a big, tall guy. LA Knight getting pinned twice in one show, that's another story. But I didn't see Tommaso Ciampa coming out as champion tonight, but I guess the creative team saw something differently. I would have liked Pete Dunne to be that guy since he attacked Kyle O'Reilly to get his first NXT title reign and then feud with Kyle O'Reilly. But as we saw, Tommaso Ciampa now NXT champion for the second time. So congratulations to him. Great match overall. Also on NXT 2.0, we saw a bunch of young talent get in the ring. We saw the son of Rick Steiner make his debut. Goes by the name of Braun Breaker. That opened up the show. He went against LA Knight. And he got the 1-2-3 victory over LA Knight. And to me, Braun Breaker was very smooth in the ring. Kind of reminded me of his father. Some of the moves that he did, the suplexes, he looked very, very good in that ring. I was hella impressed. And then we see that he stepped up to Tommaso Ciampa at the end of the show. So that may be a feud that happens soon or down the line. We don't know what the plans are, but Braun Breaker was very, very impressive. I'm very intrigued to see more of this guy down the line. Come from a lineage of a family that wrestles, the Steiner brothers. His dad is Rick, so I was very, very impressed with him. B-Fab made her in-ring debut also. Now, B-Fab is still green. She still needs some work. If you saw the show, she still needs some work. So obviously, she will improve. She will get better. She cannot get any worse. And I'm not saying she was bad in the ring. I am not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you could tell she's still green and still needs work. So practice, practice, practice makes perfect. But I am very happy that the feud between Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma is continuing. To me, that's the best feud on NXT, and that can go for a long time. So very much happy that Electro Lopez came out, called out B-Fab, and I gotta give the ladies both of them credit because they sounded well on the microphone. They sounded real well on the microphone, so I have to give them credit where credit is due. We saw Austin Theory return to NXT. We hadn't seen him on TV in quite some time. Glad to see him on TV. Promising prospect on NXT. He brought U.S. champion Damian Priest also to the party. Carmelo Hayes, another promising prospect. He has a choice of which championship to compete for whenever he's ready. And he brought a guy out by the name of Trick. And the way it looks like they're going to try to make Carmelo a heel. And I don't know if that's the right way to go with this guy by the way you brought him up through the NXT Breakout Star tournament and with him winning. I feel kind of indifferent about that because, you know, Trick said some things to Carmelo that he's changed and everything, and then they attack Duke Hudson. So I'm kind of indifferent like that. I like Carmelo as the guy he was, as the face that he was. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. I don't know if Carmelo's going to get tired of Trick's behavior or whatever. I don't know, but that was kind of strange to me. I didn't like that. I don't like that they're going to try to make him turn heel. We saw a new Mandy Rose. Brand new Mandy Rose. And if you didn't see the show, see the show. Mandy Rose is no longer a blonde. She is her natural color, a brunette. And she came in and interfered in Gigi and JC James' match with Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, which I didn't mind. And it made it a 6-way women's tag. Saray came out and helped Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. But this was to make Mandy Rose look strong on NXT. You know, she's a face. She's popular. She's famous. We all have known her since she started off in NXT years ago and went up to Raw and Smackdown. She's back on NXT. So I have no problem with this due to the fact that Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter did win the tag team match by DQ. I have a problem with this. I think they're trying to build the women's tag team division up and also this stable that Mandy Rose has. So no problem with Mandy getting the win. Is also giving JC James and Gigi Dolan more publicity by being on TV. And other than that, the last thing, the wedding. Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis getting married. I enjoyed it. It was very, very entertaining. I didn't think it would be that entertaining, but it was, with Johnny Gargano not wanting to let go of Indy Hartwell and saying all his accomplishments that he has achieved in NXT, to Andre Chase getting up and Odyssey putting him down, and everybody who raised their hand that they were objecting the wedding, and Dexter Lumis opening up his jacket showing that he had an axe, and everybody's hands went down, to where Beth Phoenix comes in and she became a minister overnight online. That was very, very entertaining. So I like NXT. I've read where people said it's a refreshing feel. It reminds them of the NXT that was at WrestleMania Access. And that is very true. I didn't think about that till I saw it. But yes, when NXT at WrestleMania Access, it does give that type of vibe. Even looking at the set, it gave that type of vibe. So to me, NXT 2.0 was a good show. It's a good show. Some of us, many of us maybe, had crapped on the show saying, since Vince is running it and Bruce Pritchard behind the production is going to suck. Well, tonight didn't suck. Not at all. We got a lot of quantity matches, 7 to 8 matches. Now, was the quality up to par like the 5 matches that we always get on NXT? It wasn't, but it was a jam-packed show with a lot. So I liked it. So I can't wait to see next week. I hope they give NXT champion Kushida a lot of time to wrestle next week in his match against Roderick Strong. Give them a great match. Give them about 15 minutes. They can put on a great show, those two guys. I'm looking forward to NXT next week. Tomorrow is AEW Dynamite. I'll have another review after that show. Hopefully, I'll be back in my place with internet come tomorrow. As you see, I'm at another remote location. But NXT 2.0 today. Good show. Until then, I'm Mr. Steal Your Dibs. Peace.